How do you name an international rugby prize? Well, we went ahead and leaned on the culture and the history of where they came from. So the Raeburn Shield, men's rugby's lineal world title, is named after Raeburn Place, which was the location of the first match back in 1871, back in Edinburgh. And so, whilst the Dave Shield would be fun, it's not going to fly, right? This is all about the history and the connections and how we bring that to life. So Raeburn Place got the honour, and then when the Utrecht Shield came up, that kind of same approach was taken. Now the actual ground itself didn't have a specific name, but the city of Utrecht was the location for that first Women's Rugby International. So in 1982, when France and Netherlands played. Kind of cool fact about that is that I think they wanted to play it in Amsterdam, but the story is old as time, the men wouldn't let them have the field. So instead, there is an international rugby title named after Utrecht, which I think is kind of cool. And I try and reflect this kind of history and love of the game in all the different bits and pieces we do. So like, for instance, the Utrecht Shield has been made physically, and the oak that it's made out of, it's a single slab of French oak. And that's because the title is named after the location. I wanted to reflect the other team, and the same thing's happening with the Raeburn Shield. As I'm trying to get the wood for the Raeburn Shield, that's a piece of English oak that we're using, so that the name reflects Scotland and the material reflects England, because those were the teams that kicked it off, if you like. And then over time I want to add other different elements. I mean, at the moment there are names on the back of the shield and the centre, just a small ring in the centre, and I kind of treat that as like the heart of the shield. That's where the fans lie, and then the front's kind of dedicated to the teams and the players, and the shield's for all of us, right? It's about celebrating our rugby story, and I want to try and build meaning into the naming conventions and the shields themselves. Anyway, that's a ramble from me.